Welcome to my house.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to my house. What are you doing on your phone?
Clearing notifications. Because I have a bunch, and I just need to unsubscribe from shit. But I unsubscribe from stuff, and guess what? They still send me shit.
What type of notifications are you getting that you are currently subscribed to?
Just a bunch of email notifications.
Okay. Yeah, I don't get notifications of emails or social media things.
Yeah, I have my Google email, set to send me pop-up notifications.
Are you over it now?
I have, how like you sign up for shit to get something free, and then like you
instantly regret
and then
it.
they just like send you shit like 3 times a fucking day,
And then they sell
like,
your information to other people.
sending me things.
When you say, hey, I want to unsubscribe, they're like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and subscribe you to something else. Good luck.
Well, unsubscribe. And then, of course, like my bank, I get notifications. Oh, this was approved. This went through, blah, blah, blah. And Capital One keeps trying to get me to see if I'm pre-qualified for a car loan. I'm like, I don't need one.
That's exactly. They send me the same thing, and I'm like, I don't need a car loan.
No.
But thank you. And this is not a spot for Capital One. But what's happening, Brandy? What's new? I like your hair.
Nothing. I have a fucking headache.
Why didn't you take anything?
I did it myself. It took 3 days. It just started right now. Right here. It'll go away. It's probably a cluster headache. I hate
It's because you were talking about all those notifications that you get. Like, I would have been, like, if I got all that stuff on my phone, I would honestly be overwhelmed. I can't deal with all of the notifications. I can't even deal with phone calls that come in. Just like, I don't have time for this.
I don't have time for this.
I only get text messages and on phone calls, and I get like threshold notifications for my bank account. Like if certain things of a certain size try and come through, then we'll talk about notifications. But
yeah, they send me like I get the push notifications. That's what they're called, not pop-up notifications. I get push notifications from my banks and from my email, just Gmail. Well, actually, I don't get them from Yahoo because I use Yahoo for like spam stuff.
Yeah. But nope, I stopped that a long time ago. I was like, I don't need this. This is disturbing my peace.
Well, it doesn't make a sound. It just, appears.
I don't want to see it.
But I do it because that one time that fucking person tried to charge $400 and something at some airport in India on my card. And I was like, what the fuck?
How dare you?
And they actually called me. That was
the bank?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they were like,
hey, where are you?
No.
Where are you at? So, are you in India right now? No. Oh, okay. Good to know.
Actually, no, they didn't call me. It was something popped up or like an email, suspicious activity or something. And I had to call them.
I appreciate those notifications. I'm just saying, like, it could wait for me to open up my email, which I do 1,000 times a day anyway.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't.
So I do.
I only open it for notifications.
I do. I'm in my email a lot. I think our phones are slowly sucking the lives out of us. But
yesterday, while I was subbing my class, I didn't really have anything to do, so I was on Duolingo all day.
What'd you learn? Italian?
I'm okay. So you know how when was the last time you did Duolingo?
Exactly.
Okay, so
when me and Jamal learned French.
Learned French. We're learning French.
No, we learned it, girl.
Okay. They have the leagues, so they have the leagues, and last week some assholes like I was number 1, right, and then I kept fighting these people for the number 1 spot in the league, and then somehow I know how they did it, but all of a sudden they had 13,000 points. And I was like, what the fuck? And there was 3 of them.
What'd they do?
I don't want to give away the secret.
Oh, I didn't know. Honestly, girl, I probably haven't been on it in that long that it's become like a club, with people getting down. I probably should.
I mean, if you do Duolingo and you've been doing it long enough, you know how to like jump points
cheat
real
the
quick.
system.
It's
You
not
go
really
do some.
cheating.
You go and do some basic ones, like some. I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, but I was asking you what's happening, and then you got to Duolingo. So,
Well, what's happening? Let's see. I'm packing from a trip.
you're not leaving this Friday, are you? Next Friday.
Next Friday. I'm just packing like the stuff that I'm gonna need over there. That I'm like dresses.
I get it.
You know.
Jamal started packing for a while before he left,
Yeah,
so I get that.
I just like to make sure that I have everything, of course, and then I'll probably, knock on wood, end up having to get something over there like some fucking, I don't know, something. I need to remember to buy some of those mosquito bands.
Yes, you do. I got bit by a mosquito today. I found a mosquito bite today. And I was like, no.
I found a mosquito bite.
On my hand.
Girl, the mosquitoes are out.
That's what I'm about to say right now. So I got bit on my hand, and I try and stay covered up. I try to wear like long sleeves. I don't want to expose any flesh because I am a tasty snack to these mosquitoes. And it's no lie. Like, I'm yummy and they come for me. But my body is like, oh no, we don't like this. And then my body overreacts to mosquito bites. Like, I've got Skeeter syndrome. And so, like, my shit blows up. They turn into, like, bruises. And I'm just, like, miserable for 3 days after I get bit by a mosquito.
So you found the bite today, so you didn't know you got bit.
I found it this morning, and I was like, where did I get bit? Like, how is this possible?
You were in the backyard, weren't you?
Huh?
Weren't you in the backyard?
Not before I found the mosquito bite. I found the mosquito bite this morning at like 6 a.m.
Okay.
So I'm thinking when I left the board last night, when I came to pick up Brindley last night in the driveway, because remember I said like a grasshopper jumped at me, and you're like, oh, are you sure it wasn't a cricket? And I was like, I don't fucking know. Whatever. And then today I'm outside, and then another fucker jumps at me, and I was like, what the fuck? And I saw it on the fence, and I was like, oh, that's a grasshopper. But I was like, is it a grasshopper, or is it a cicada?
I've been seeing a lot of grasshoppers lately.
Cicadas
Cicadas are big.
I'm going to show, I took a picture. It actually looks like the fool from the Bugs movie. Like the mean guys from the Bugs movie.
Okay.
I think they're grasshoppers. Or cicadas. Here, look at them.
Because we don't have cicadas here.
Remember there's like the 17-year cicadas or something like that are supposed to be waking up.
That's a grasshopper. I've been seeing them a lot lately. Like every few years they just pop the fuck up and they're everywhere.
Well, it's springtime and the fool was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, it's all
and
good.
we had all that rain.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the butterflies every few years, you know how there's always like those fucking
It's springtime. When springtime happens, that's when you see like an abundance of them because they're waking up, they're hatching, they're trying to get to where they're getting to, but they happen to cross the freeway all the time, and then you just pop, 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 hit them in the springtime. All the butterflies.
Well, I haven't seen them like they were like a couple of years ago. Like it's like every like however many years, it's always like a fucking flurry of one bug in particular. Yeah. Like it was moths. I remember when it was fucking moths, and there was moths all the time in the house. And I was like, God damn it, close the doors.
I'm very serious about closing the doors and turning the lights off before you open the door. Yeah. No, I'll see if the dogs are out the door. I'm like, okay, they're out the door. All right, let me turn off the light. Let me pull the shade, open the door, and then they come in under the curtain because they know what's up. Like, because you ain't getting in here. And then the flies are back. I'm like, fuck these flies. I hate you guys. Yeah. Hey guys. I'm Sunny Hepburn.
And I'm Brandy Fleeks.
And this is Book of Lies. The podcast.
It's Bolt Bitches.
Yes, it is. Hey, guys, we're just chatting it up. I forgot you were even here, but thanks for being here, obviously. We love you. We love you, patrons. You guys are the best. And thank you for choosing this podcast. We know you have lots of options. We appreciate it.
Plethora. There's so many fucking podcasts.
If you aren't already, you can go ahead and give us a follow, a connect, a subscribe, or wherever you're at right now. Like it and come on back. Or if you're on Instagram, we're Book of Lies Podcast. On Facebook, Book of Lies Podcast. On Twitter, Book of Lies Pod. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/Book of Lies Podcast. You could subscribe to us there. You get early episodes, you get commercial-free episodes, and you get bonus episodes. And when you sign up, you get stuff. So it's cool. So
Maybe,
come on over.
Do a video podcast.
Maybe.
I need a new phone. I'm gonna have to get a new phone.
You keep talking about it.
No, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, I'm not done.
My bad.
I'm not finished. I'm not finished yet. Visit our website, bookofliespodcast.com. If you want to send us an email, it's bookofliespodcast@gmail.com. And yeah, thanks so much. But yeah, it's springtime, obviously. That's why we're talking about all the animals.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's happening. Brandy says she's packing. She's about to go on vacation. She got her hair done, y'all. It's long. It's like long. It's long.
There's a girl that at one of the schools that I sub at. Her braids go down to her ankles, and I'm just like,
holy shit.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you have to do PE.
Oh my god.
You have to, like, why?
To her ankles?
Yeah,
Get
but
out of
they're
here.
they're big, like, large box braids.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, why do you need your braids to go all the way down to your ankles, girl?
I almost played myself and
13.
made long braids. I almost went to the double decker, and I was like, no, girl, because
to the double decker.
This hair is long already, and I don't need a bunch of hair hanging around. Nobody needs a bunch of hair hanging around. But yeah, no, to the ankles. You can't do anything with that. People dragging their hair on the ground. That's so gross. It's just to be extra. Nobody got time for that. Anyway, guys, what's going on? Huh? How you guys living in your current climate? I mean, there's lots of shit going on, which
there's lots of weather,
but just genocide and stuff.
Oh,
that's the worst.
And you know what? It's never gonna end. Like,
it's always somebody getting
if it ends somewhere else, it's gonna start somewhere else. Like, that's just a fucking cycle. It's awful. It's horrible.
God.
And unfortunately, it's become our reality. I mean, it has been the reality since the dawn of
it has.
time.
So I'm reading this book. It's called did I tell you about this book I'm reading for the multicultural class at the high school?
No.
So it talks,
Wait, what?
It's a book that I'm reading, multicultural class at the high school. It's going to be there next year.
And why are you reading it? Because you guys have to approve the curriculum or something?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm on the board, and I get a book.
You're not gonna be one of those boards that are like, no,
shut up.
Our students can't read.
Can I finish this? It's already been approved in the curriculum, and I'm reading the book that the students will be reading, and it goes over the creation of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just murder, and it's slavery, and it's racism, and we knew this, but reading about it, everything that went on, even the Irish migration and people coming over here, and all the things that made the United States what it is. It's just ugh, you guys are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the English. I have a problem with you. I mean, current English folks, y'all cool, but
the old monarchy,
and hey, let's just kick these people out of here. Let's murder them. Yeah. Let's send them on their way. We want their land. Let's trick them. You guys can grow this. How are we going to get people to grow this stuff? Let's get some slaves. African slaves. Yay! I was getting I wasn't getting triggered, but
you were getting enraged.
Was getting upset and thankful that our ancestors some way got here, and we're here while we're here, and we didn't have to deal with or live in such painful times and deal with certain things that lots of people did and died in, and even famines and diseases and all the things. We are the lucky ones. You people listening, you guys are lucky too, because you are here and it's motherfucking 2024. You know what I'm saying? We could have been here at 1924 and it'd be a different fucking situation.
Yeah.
Entirely.
Yeah.
So just learning about that, I was just like, and then like doing our genealogy, like we're like me myself, like I mean, it's the same but different. But there was like 4 or 5 different like African traits and like
DNA markers.
Yeah, lots of different things, and even like Irish and stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like I see how this happened. Like learning about the country and its formation.
That's why, like, I mean, how often do you check your
I'm over that shit. I'm over that.
I always get, emails. You have a new DNA ancestor, and I'm like, why are all these white people my DNA relatives? I mean, I know why, but it's just like there's more white people than black people.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But we're here, and we have a podcast for you, and it's definitely going to be about some fraud shit. So, let's go.
DNA is a fraud.
DNA is a fraud. That's what this is about. This is not. It's not about DNA today. Okay, guys. So I took a cue from Brandy because I was like, I don't know what I want to talk about. And Brandy's like, bitch.
Oh, is that what I said?
American Greed. Check it out. Like, stop playing games. It's a good resource, which it is. And the funny thing is, like, I just randomly picked an episode, and there's been updates to the story. So this is cool, but not cool. So I got this from American Greed. I also went to Michigan.gov. I got an article by Danny Wimmer. Of course, Wikipedia. I give you guys chips, so I take your shit. So Wikipedia is also a resource. This is the story of the New England Compounding Center, ran by Barry Cadden. And Barry Cadden is a pharmacist. Like he's got his education and became a pharmacist in
he knows how to sell drugs.
Massachusetts.
Or make drugs.
He knows how to make drugs.
Okay.
And I didn't know anything about like pharmacies or what they do. So Barry's married. His wife is a pharmacist, and they've got another pharmacist like in the mix. And once he got his pharmacist license, he decided to open up the New England Compounding Center. And the traditional role of a compounding pharmacy is it makes drugs prescribed by doctors specific for specific patients with needs that can't be met commercially. So let's say you're allergic to, I don't know, iron. And let's just say that. And let's just say that there's a medication that you have to take, and one of the ingredients in there is iron. So your doctor would contact a compounding pharmacy to give you the drugs that you need to create it without iron.
Okay.
So they do special requests. That's the only fucking thing they're supposed to be doing. Okay, let me just say that right now.
Okay.
They
have a specific purpose.
A specific purpose to fulfill the needs of patients that have been prescribed by doctors to create specific drugs for said patients.
Right.
Right.
Because you can't take the over-the-counter or the regular prescription.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's like, you have to have this drug, but it has chamomile in it. Oh, let's... I'm just, I'm talking shit. Yeah. But, compounding pharmacy, go ahead and make it for me without chamomile. Thanks. Thanks, sweetness. Okay. So, they're classified as a compounding pharmacy, and these pharmacies are authorized to combine, mix, and alter ingredients to create specific formations. This is pretty much what I just told you guys. Now I'm getting in the big words. Formations of drugs to meet the specific needs of individual patients, and only in response to individual prescriptions. Since the 1938, the FDA was supposed to regulate them as well, compounding pharmacies, along with regular pharmacies that, produce mass, drugs for the masses. But in 1998, Congress exempted compounding pharmacies from the FDA's oversight. So compounding pharmacies are now being managed at the state level. Mm-hmm. And certain states don't have the manpower to properly oversee compounding pharmacies. And New England Compounding Center fell right into that crack.
Where are they? Massachusetts?
They're in Massachusetts.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like this company went in to cause fuckery. Just to be deceptive and deceitful. Because off the bat, they're like, hey, Mr. Pain Clinic in XYZ state, we can make drugs for you. Like, we can go ahead and produce these for you and it'll be less expensive than going through
Big Pharma.
Right.
Okay.
And so they're like, oh, don't worry, we'll make it happen for you. It's all good. Like, it's going to be a good deal. And so they're like, hey, they're fulfilling orders for larger facilities, and they're creating fake customer accounts because, again, they're supposed to only be delivering to a patient. Like, this drug is for this specific patient. It's not for this whole huge floor.
Practice.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And so they're just putting in fake names. One was Donald Trump for some reason. Donald Trump, Albert Einstein, Ben Franklin, Cash Money Millionaire. Like, they're pretending that they're fulfilling requests for patients at the level that they're supposed to be, but they're not.
Okay.
They're lying.
And this is one of the places that isn't very well overseen by the state.
Correct.
So they are flagrantly putting in fake names.
Yes.
Like, you can't just find a Bob Jones. You have to do Donald Trump.
Well,
Like, how many names...
How many of these orders are they doing that they have to make up fake names?
That they have to use names of people that are actually, real and well-known people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's not about the names. It's going to get worse. So I'm just saying, like, they went in to fuck shit up. I'm here to fuck shit up, and that's what they're here to do. And
came here to fuck some shit up.
That's what he, opened the doors and, let's fucking go.
Kicked the doors in.
Boom! So, this business gets started by New England Compounding Center, NECC, is established in 2006. And then, like I said, the fuckery starts to happen. They do business in multiple states. I believe 23 states nationwide. Nationwide is on your side. And then apparently there was a shortage of certain drugs, and the compounding centers were like, oh, we could fill that gap. And then they started fulfilling certain drugs for mass production, which they should not be doing. And this pharmacy is set up to be a compounding center, not a major pharmaceutical laboratory. Mm-hmm. And so they are cutting corners. They are lying about cleaning. They are falsifying documents. Mm-hmm. They are aware and flagrantly disregarding certain criteria that is necessary for a sterile and clean environment for drugs. Because the drugs that they're making are injectables.
Do we know how many people they're employing?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Like, you should at least have, like, a sanitation,
team.
Yeah.
You should pay for that, huh?
Right.
They're making hella money hand over fist, and they didn't fucking care. They're making millions yearly.
Of course they are.
Annually.
Of course.
And they were like, oh, who cares? Like,
who cares if somebody dies?
The president of the company is like, just make it say this. And there's this lead pharmacist. His name is Glenn Chen. He is there's the CEO, and then there's this guy who's running the shit. Maybe their operational manager or something like that. Mm-hmm. He's encouraging this behavior. Apparently they have to put petri dishes out to see if there's anything growing in the room, if there's any contaminants. Mm-hmm. And they did nothing.
Ugh.
They didn't have anyone come in and do like okay, and they have like sterilization. Things are supposed to be sterile. And they are cutting corners, so they're cutting times. So it's supposed to be in there for 20 minutes, and they're only running it for like 15 minutes.
Ah!
Why save 5 minutes? I don't fucking know.
Why?
Because they're making a lot of money, and they are shipping shit out and just making it happen. They're supposed to test things before it gets sent out. They'll send vials for testing and ship out the order before they receive the results back if the item is contaminated, sterile, clean, anything. They're not waiting. They're just sending it out. It's a clusterfuck. But again, we're making lots of money. That's all we care about. We're greedy motherfuckers. One place where NECC had a contract was the Michigan Pain Specialist Clinic in Livingston County. And that place, patients at the clinic were given epidural injections of the steroid methylprednisolone. How do you say
Prednisolone.
Can you say the whole thing?
Methylprednisolone.
Thank you. Yes.
The steroid, yeah.
Yes, which was compounded and produced at Barry Cadden's in NECC in Massachusetts and shipped there. And what people were experiencing after they had their injectables was something of a nightmare.
Yeah.
They get and this is something
This is going into your spine.
This is going into your spine. These are injectables that you're
Yeah.
And some people would say that they would just like all of a sudden something would come over them and they would get this headache and it would feel like their head was on fire. And this would happen for days, and then they'd be disoriented and all kinds of shit. You know, they get admitted into the hospital and nobody knows what the fuck is going on. And they weren't able to, and this is happening all over the place, by the way. This isn't just happening in Michigan. I'm just saying this is one of the 23 states where this had gone on at.
Mm-hmm. And they weren't able to find a cause for why they weren't.
They weren't able to piece it together until they were like, hey, did you have anything injected into you lately? Oh, I had a steroid shot or I had a pain shot. Like, it was like, there was like 3 different things he was sending out. One was for pain. One was like a steroid, things of that nature. They couldn't figure out what the fuck. And people were getting diagnosed with fungal meningitis. They're like, hey, you have fungal meningitis. Like, it wasn't just like that, but they were just like figuring out that's what it was. There was an outbreak in 2012 of a fungal meningitis, which in total resulted in 100 people dying.
Oh my God.
Over 14,000 people were injected with these drugs.
God, that makes you not even want to go to the fucking doctor now. Like,
you can't trust it, right? You're like, oh, where did you get these drugs? Like, who made them? Like, how do you ask these questions?
And of course, the doctor probably doesn't know.
They don't fucking know.
They're not they're.
How do you ask these questions to a medical provider? Like you go in to have a baby, and they give you an epidural. Are we good? Like, I went in twice. I had 2, and I came out okay. So I'm lucky. But
yeah.
So they're trying to figure out what the hell has happened, like what's going on. People are dying in random places all over the world, and they're figuring out, it's coming from this place. In October 2012, an investigation of the NECC revealed that the company had been in violation of its state license because it had been functioning as a drug manufacturer, producing drugs for broad use rather than fulfilling individual prescriptions. In December 2012, federal prosecutors charged 14 former NECC employees, including President Barry Cadden and pharmacist Glenn Chin, with lots of criminal offenses. And it alleged from 2006 to 2012 that NECC knowingly sent out drugs that were mislabeled and unsanitary or contaminated.
Mislabeled. What were they like? Were you labeling one drug as something else? Because that's fucking
Labeling
dangerous.
it sterile and it's not fucking sterile.
Ugh.
They were getting like they did like periodic testing, and when you do testing, you're supposed to correct the problem.
Right.
They're doing testing, failing, and like fuck it. Oh well, I just bought a houseboat. Like you don't fucking care.
Yeah.
You're telling people to not fucking care, and it's really sad. They found all kinds of shit in the vials. They found like active black mold in the vials of those injectables. They found like 2 different types of mold that can cause,
death.
Yes. 100 people died.
How do you in good conscience send out, like, I'm sorry, money does not make it better when, like, I don't know, does money just erase your conscience? Is that what it is? Like, I feel like a lot of people
I'm gonna tap the mic right now.
do that.
So
like,
guess what?
their brains.
When the formation of the United States happened, they're making hella money. They don't give a fuck about anybody else but themselves.
Yeah.
Even though, like, there are poor white people. There are poor white folks came over here, became indentured servants, right? Yeah. Once they were free, they were not given land. They were given nothing. They didn't even have the right to vote.
Yeah.
Right? And guess what? The wealthy gave not a fuck. They did not care. The only time they gave a fuck was when the poor white folks got with the slaves and they're like, let's burn this motherfucker down.
Yeah.
And then they were like, okay, white people, you can vote now. And we'll give you a little bit of land. Are you guys okay with that? Yeah, what about the slaves? What about them?
People forget, or maybe they don't know, the Constitution was written only for rich white land-owning men.
Yes.
Women were not included.
Nope.
People of color were not included.
Nope.
Poor people, poor white people were not included. So, everybody, well, I got my constitutional rights. Yeah, you do, but they weren't written for you.
And guess what? By white people, we mean English people. Brits that came over on boats, that had kids here. They don't care, but like all the other people, if you like...
The Anglos that came over. Like, literally, the people who fled their country so that they could have freedom from the monarchy. Yeah. They didn't want to pay taxes. Those people. Yeah. The fucking Mayflower people. Mm-hmm. That's who we're talking about.
Yep. That's who we're talking about. Yeah. I still feel a certain way. It's triggering. Okay.
Those of you
I'm reading the book.
Trace your lineage to the fucking Mayflower.
Right. And this is me reading the book as a 42-year-old woman. Mm-hmm. So the kids are going to be reading the book, and there's like lessons with it, and they'll ask them questions and whatever to kind of, just like, hey, it happened.
For comprehension.
Exactly.
And whatnot.
But this is this motherfucker right here, Barry Cadden right here. He doesn't give a fuck. He's like, he's not sending anything in his own state of Massachusetts. He's sending it everywhere else.
Oh, God.
He's sending it everywhere else. He doesn't care. He does not care. And that's why he's about to get it. Okay, where was I? 2012, and then like everything happened in 2012, but before that they were paying settlements. People were suing them. They were getting sued, not on a mass productive scale, right? How this has happened.
Not a class action lawsuit or anything,
but
just like individual suits.
Yeah, like, hey, your drugs killed my dad. This happened.
They figured that out.
Yeah, on a small scale, situations, case by case, not a national meningitis outbreak. So prosecutors say the facility cut corners to boost profits, neglected to properly disinfect its rooms, shipped drugs before receiving test results, and ignored warning signs that its production methods were unsafe. Dick. The dick. So the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, traced the outbreak to contaminated, like you said, methylprednisolone.
Prednisone.
Yeah, MPA used for epidural steroid injections. The FDA examined foreign materials from unopened vials under microscope and found fungal matter. The fungus was found in the cerebral spinal fluid of several patients, which confirmed fungus caused the meningitis.
So these people had to undergo spinal taps,
Girl,
which are fucking painful.
They were suffering. Like, people were like, I wanted to die.
Yeah.
And people are still experiencing side effects from this whole situation. People are disabled. People are dead. Like, it's...
Yeah, no, that's fucked up.
So, according to the CDC, between May 21st and September 24th, 2012, patients in 23 U.S. states received injections from 3 implicated lots of the steroid, preservative-free methylprednisolone acetate for back pain. And some of these patients developed symptoms consistent with fungal meningitis, which is caused by... well, this form of meningitis can be caused by epidurally administered medications. Yeah.
Wow.
Like I said, 14,000 patients were exposed to contaminated drugs.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. It's really fucked up. And guess
all the shit that could have been prevented just by doing what you're supposed to do and not doing dirt shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's an asshole. So, somebody's going to jail. So, like I said, they filed for bankruptcy February of 2012. In September of 2014, the pharmacist Glenn Chin was arrested at Boston Logan International Airport before boarding a plane. He was headed to Hong Kong.
Yeah, you thought you were getting away.
He was charged with 1 count of mail fraud. Chin was responsible for supervising the clean rooms at NECC and was involved in compounding the contaminated methylprednisolone. The FDA affidavit stated that Chin had used improper sterilization and testing techniques, unsafe practices, falsified cleaning logs, and ordered pharmacy technicians to fraudulently mislabel vials. Chin was the first to be charged.
So he started doing this shit first. He was the one that was like, okay, you know what? Let's fuck cleaning up this.
He's getting direct order. He's getting direct order from Barry. Like,
never mind.
They're working together.
What about
they're sending
caring
emails
for our patients?
They're like, who cares? They're not in our state. We don't give a fuck. Fuck these motherfuckers. Okay, I can hear it in the mic. It's funny. Okay, so on December 17th, 2024, like I said, 14 other executives and technicians, including Barry, were indicted on the charges related to the outbreak. But he I think everything was settled in 2015. And in 2015, there was a $200 million settlement agreement, which was reached between NECC and several other companies and the victims. And $200 million. That's what the victims were able to get in a class action lawsuit.
$200 million, damn. How many people were involved in the suit?
This was everybody. I'm
Every
not sure
patient?
how many. Whoever decided to like put their name in the hat. But $10.5 million was designated for Michigan victims and their families. So there's actually been an update. When this all happened as well, he was only sentenced to 8 years when this happened, right? Mm-hmm. But Michigan is like, no, we're not going to take it.
Right.
We're not going to take it. So they go back and they sue his ass. And I'm going to read you their names. The patients at the clinic that were given epidural injections who passed away was Donna Kruzik, Paula Brent, Lynn LaPerry, Mary Paulette, Gail Gibson, Patricia Malaforis, Emma Todd, Jenny Barth, Ruth Meduse, and Sally Rowe. They all died from injections that were given at the Michigan Pain Specialist Clinic. So they came back in 2017 and they got him sentenced to 14 years. Mm-hmm. And they're still trying to fight and give him 11 counts of manslaughter.
Yeah.
So that has actually been going on earlier this year in March. So they're like, okay, you got hit for the 14 years for the fraud case. And, you know, all these counts of mail fraud and this, that, and never, and running a fucking scam, scalawam. Now they're like, we're going to get you for manslaughter. Mm-hmm. So he in court pled no contest to 11 counts of manslaughter.
Because, hello, you know people can die when you don't clean things.
You're a fucking pharmacist, you turd. Like, there's fungus growing in your labs, bro. What are you thinking? Why wouldn't you want to do right by something? Like, why would you not want to do the right thing and not, like, cause a situation what you've done? Because you are a greedy fuck. And you don't want to pay like 50 G's for something to be done right?
That just reminds me of one of the topics that I still wanted to talk about. We haven't done it yet, but maybe we'll do that next.
Anyway, so he's in jail, and a lot of the executives are still in jail, but
Good.
Families are still fighting for justice because
they lost loved ones. Like, this is
senselessly.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it. And so that's why that's going to bring me back to my question. How do you ask, like, you're getting steroids, do you expect that, hey, it's all good, I'm at a place, like, where'd you get this from? Like,
okay.
Can I see the vial? Can I see the box? Like, let me read the box.
Where did this originate? I need to know the place of origin for this specific medication. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's really sad, and it's kind of scary.
I think you should listen to your doctor. Maybe not. Maybe not.
You should listen to your doctor. Is that Pitch Perfect?
Yeah.
Boom! I got it. So that was the episode, honestly, guys. What's going? Oh my gosh, Brandy. Hey guys, are you guys watching this Circle?
No.
I watched the fucking season finale yesterday, and I am shooketh, guys. Shooketh I am.
To the chorus.
It was a great season. It was a great season.
I have not watched any of it.
Gracie's into it. Put on.
I know. She was like, "Can we watch the Circle?" I was like, I don't care.
Hell yeah. She was like, after we watched it, because like, I have it on when they're here. And she was like, oh my God, there needs to be a second season. I said, there's like 6 seasons, Gracie. Watch them. Every season's great, but yeah, guys, it was good. I'm not gonna spoil anything because again, the finale just aired yesterday on Netflix, and I love this Circle. I'm just like drawn into it, and
yeah,
I'm like, this season like truly surprised me though. Like all the stuff that happened, I was just like, what?
Yeah, the Circle's not one that I have gotten into. I've gotten into, the Love at First Sight, and the other one, the one that is the spinoff of Love at First Sight. The hell was it called? Perfect Match.
I'm gonna say 90 Day Fiance.
Perfect Match, but I haven't watched the Circle.
Okay, I mean, it's it's whatever.
I remember, wasn't there the season where like Frankie Grande won?
Frankie Grande is on Big Brother.
No, wasn't he on the Circle too? I remember him like being on one of them shows.
I don't think so.
Oh.
Lance Bass was on the Circle.
Was he?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. It's good, guys. It's good. So that's what I've been doing this week. What have you been watching?
Oh my God. So I've been watching stuff on Amazon, and so there's this show called Shelter.
Okay.
It's really good.
Shelter.
Yeah. It's about this boy who his dad They moved back. I guess they were living overseas somewhere. They moved back to the U.S. and they're in California. And then all of a sudden now he's the teenager's in New Jersey. His dad died in a car accident, and his mom has severe depression, so she's in like a mental health facility. But like he becomes friends with these two kids, this girl and this boy, and like something happens where there's a new girl. So he's a new boy and there's a new girl at the school. They're there the same day. The new girl. And the new girl disappears. Oh. And so the new kid, what's his name? Mickey. Mickey is trying to find her. Mm-hmm. And so his new friends Spoon and Ema, like they get roped into this mystery of trying to find this girl. There's this old lady they call Bat Lady who lives in this big ass creepy house. She has some sort of involvement. His dad has some sort of involvement with the guy that they think kidnapped the girl. It's a whole thing. It's a really good show. It's based on Shelter. It's based on a book. Okay. I finished that, and also there was something that I watched before that, and it was also really good. And I'm still like rewatching Mob Wives.
Oh, okay, that's a good show.
Watching Mob Wives.
Yeah.
So I think I'm on season 2 now.
Well, I just started rewatching. Well, I started rewatching Bridgerton because I'm anticipating the third season coming like next week. I think.
Oh, is it next week?
Is it like the 12th or the 16th?
I don't know.
It's coming someday. It's coming soon. It's coming soon, guys. So, I'm just finishing up season 1. I'm gonna watch season 2, and then hopefully that'll be right in time for season 3. For Penn and Colin. Mm-hmm. Finally, Penn and Colin together. Who knows?
You know she's like 40 years old.
Shut the fuck up.
She's 37.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on.
In real life, she has a show on Tubi. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, she's got a show on Tubi.
And they got her paying like a 20-year-old.
And that show, she's playing her age, I believe. But yeah, on Bridgerton, she's a teenager.
Wow. Okay, so you know what kind of traumatized me a little bit? Baby Reindeer. Did you watch the whole series?
Yes.
Okay.
I watched that. And it was like, wow. Yeah.
I didn't finish it. I had to stop.
I watched all of it that day.
Triggered.
How far did you get?
That fucker Darren.
Yeah.
It's like,
piece of shit.
Yeah, and then like it's like at the end of that episode where he's like angrily looking at like angry porn online, and I was just like, I have to stop. I can't go further. I can't go any further right now.
It gets better.
I know. It's like I was just triggered after that. I was like, and I saw the warning. It did give a warning, and it was like, hey, and I like fast forwarded through some stuff. Like I'm just not into rape. And I, you know what? It happens to everybody, and
but you don't actually visually see it. It's just like
his motion and the moving,
the sound.
Yeah, I'm just not into it.
Yeah.
So I had to like skip a lot past certain things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. Like before that episode, I was okay. A lot of stuff was happening. Like when she snatched that bitch's hair out, I was like, oh my god! Yeah. It's that same episode. But I was just like, like she's crazy.
She is insane. So you haven't gotten to the part where she goes to his house.
Yeah, and meets like his ex-girlfriend's mom. Just hanging out in there and like leaves a picture of herself in her underwear.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the order is. I watched all of it that day, and I was just like,
yeah, she's like, yeah. So it did kind of traumatize me, and I guess the actor is the guy who it actually happened to.
He wrote it. Yeah, he wrote it, and he stars in it.
Do your thing, bruh. Like this is his moment. What are you guys watching? Tell me about it. Yeah. Word. All right. Cool. Cool. All right, Brandy, do you have a thumbs up for the week?
My thumbs up for the week. Well, if we don't record an episode before I leave, my thumbs up is that I'm getting the fuck out of this country for a week.
Okay.
I need to figure out a water situation because I heard the water is not good. You know, basically it's like drinking water in Mexico.
Take a water filter with you.
A Brita.
Yeah, or they have like some like ones that you could put in like your own They've got like water filter straws.
I know, but I want to be able to pour water. I don't want to.
Take
I don't
a Brita
want
filter fucking shit with you.
I
Look at it and just like.
Yeah, because they have like filter water bottles. You can just but I'm just like, I want to be able to just like have a glass of water.
I feel you
with ice.
Okay, so
even though the ice probably isn't good.
Nope, not the ice either.
Don't drink the water. Put in the water.
Yeah, so that is my thumbs up. Do you have a thumbs up? What's your thumbs up?
I just got to reference Dave Matthews Band. That was my thumbs up. Guys,
DMB, baby, DMB.
My thumbs up is I'm getting really good at getting listings. Yay! Right? But the problem is you got to sell the house.
And you have to have cooperative
You have to have cooperative clients who don't stress you out. And right now it's a little crazy. I am having an open house this weekend on Saturday. I'm trying something different. Like I went to DD's and I bought comforters, I bought towels, I bought rugs, I bought shower curtains.
DD's, okay.
I'm staging this house because
even with the people still in it.
This is my first folks. They're gonna be away on the open house.
Oh, okay. That's good.
So I'm doing a brunch. She said I could serve mimosas. I was like, is it cool if I have mimosas? Like,
and cookies?
I'm going to do sourdough cinnamon rolls.
For people, the visitors? How many are you going to do?
I'm going to just do a batch. Just bring it.
Have some cookies.
And bring it. Or okay. So maybe, and I was going to do like French toast cupcakes. Like when you like cut up the pieces and you put it in a cupcake thing. A cupcake tin, and you pour the French toast stuff on top of it, and it makes a French toast cup. It's really good.
What? I never heard of that, but okay.
I make those. Bryn loves them.
Interesting.
So I'm just thinking of something cute. I'm gonna have like sparkling water and orange juice, and of course mimosas because I like mimosas. And
what type of turnout are you anticipating?
I don't know.
Where is it? It's in Roswell?
It's in California City.
Oh, okay.
From 11 to 2. It is on a Saturday, so I feel like a lot of people will be in the area. I am like heavily
put up a bunch of signs
saying, hey, open house on social media right now. I do need to put a bunch of signs. I got to go there fucking early if I'm going to execute the way I want to execute.
Yeah.
Like if I'm
the day before.
Right? But it's fucking California. Yeah. So I'm going to be there early. I'm like, hey guys, put these on your beds, please. Like do this solid for me. Cool. I'm going to put up the signs. I will have like the food already ready. I think I'm going to bring one of my tables and put like a black tablecloth over it and just have it set up for snacks and whatnot. And I'm going to bring music and it'll just be a vibe. And hopefully a buyer will come in and think, hey, I would like to live here.
I have no idea what the house looks like, so I'm like, I don't know.
How dare you not look? Anyway, guys,
what?
Sorry. That was my thumbs up. I'm busy. I'm really busy. So I want you guys to put well wishes that I sell some houses and then make some money, and then I'll buy y'all some merch. Okay. All right. Cool. But hey. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. We love you. Connect with us if you aren't already. If you've got $2 and you want to give it to us, meet us on Patreon. Meet us on Patreon. I'm Sunny Hepburn.
And I'm Brandy Fleeks.
And this was Book of Lies. The podcast.
It's Bolt Bitches.